Debonair. Okay.
What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And the video even starts yet, y'all bellest ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. I am combative in my relationship. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Shout out to tonight's conversation. Shout out to tonight's conversation. I told y'all a million times already, man. If y'all don't have that app downloaded, it's literally a couple bucks a month to pay for it. Very, very good content over there. The conversations, literally, no pun intended, is next level. It's amazing. Whether you agree with the panelists or you don't, it's still just great to hear other people's perspectives and where they are and what they believe as far as relationships in the dating world and or marriages. It's a in my opinion, it's a breath of fresh air to me. So shout out to them, tonight's conversation for continuing the conversation. And all that good stuff. So let's get into it. Again, I am combative in my relationship, part 1. Let's get into it, y'all.
My question is, or is it a personal question? So I'm a very combative person.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay.
What is the best approach when I'm feeling some type of way with my man?
Hold on,
Oh, as the most aggressive bitch on stage, let me answer this.
Hold on, Super. Have you ever been combative in a relationship?
What the fuck y'all laughing at? What the fuck y'all laughing at?
It's all good. And what are some things you doing to work on, if you have ever been?
I am a very combative person. I am an argumentative person. When I'm upset, I would attack my man. It could be something very little, but I would definitely attack him because I'm upset. And I feel like he's not, be upset with me. I'm upset and I want you to internalize me being upset. So I kind of be super combative. So I had to tell myself, if I'm not going to accept that from him, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't act that way with him. I had to stop talking to him in a way that I don't want him to talk. If I don't want him calling me a bitch, I don't want him telling me, shut the fuck up, then I can't talk to him that way. If I don't want to accept the things that I say, then I can't be that way. I'm a very, my mouth is lethal. I try to say things to hurt him, to make him extremely mad, but if I know I'm soft too. So if I can't take that, I try to tell myself, if I'm gonna feel play about that, then I shouldn't say that as well. So I'm still working.
Let me ask you a follow-up question.
Still.
Hold on, before he asks the follow-up question. I really hate when women come out here and say this, no disrespect, this dumbass stuff. They try to push this stupid ass rhetoric. They try to push this like it's such a, it does us a disservice when we're having these types of conversations, mainly because what? We know for a fact, oh, my mouth is lethal. We know for a fact your mouth ain't lethal when you're around your goddamn boss. Your mouth ain't lethal when you're around your mama and or daddy. Your mouth ain't lethal when it comes to the goddamn tax preparer doing your damn taxes. The damn person, the bank teller. All of a sudden, you mean to tell me your mouth lethal 24/7 when you around your damn man, but then when you're around other people, you all of a sudden you know how to control and bite your damn tongue. It's nonsense, it's BS, it's cap. And that's the reason why, fellas, pay attention. That's the reason why I say all the damn time, please stop believing when women tell y'all this stupid ass nonsense, talking about, oh, I'm going to be feminine for the right man. I'm masculine 24/7, but when I'm around that right man, I'm going to be feminine. That's cap, that's nonsense, that's BS. Utter BS. My mouth is lethal sometimes, so I know I'm extremely combative. And yes, ma'am, and no man should have to deal with that type of nonsense. Y'all boys should not be putting up with this. Man, I say this all the time. Why are you putting up with it? Because the head fire, that's usually what it is. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been there before. I've been in situations where a chick I know for a fact I should not have been in a relationship with, but we argue every day, but every night she will put that head on me and change my mind. Man, I can deal with this for another day too. I can deal with it for another couple of days. I've been there before, bro. I'm telling you. But when you finally wake up and snap out of it and be like, yo, damn, the head is fire, but I need to go. That's when you're going to realize. That's when you're going to realize. Let's keep going.
Do you think in times you do that to protect your softness?
It could be. I never thought of that. It could be. It could be because I'm very, very soft-hearted. I feel like if I confide in you about something, I'd be afraid that you're going to use that against me. So let me curse you the fuck out right now. so if you use it against me, I won't feel played. Like, you know, I feel like I deserve that. You know, like I deserve you telling me that because I cursed you out. So I kind of like will attack it before it attack me.
Yeah, I'm going to say this just for contextual, and then I'll get Randy before we get to some solution stuff. That's one thing that I struggle with as well is the not knowing how to adequately express my hurt or my disappointment or my frustration can come across as anger, because to me it's been an acceptable way, an easy way to show your hurt but still maintain some power and authority and not looked at and expose your vulnerability. So I think one of the things for me is being okay with someone knowing that you're hurt and that you're disappointed, being okay with letting them see you when you're weak, because that's what we think. But really, it's the strength in that. It's power in that. It's power in just listening to somebody that care about you. And here's the bottom line. Being in company and concert with people we actually know care about us will make it to where you feel safe enough to do that. All right, now, what would you say?
My first tip would be to remind yourself that your partner is not your enemy. A lot of the times, actually, Tripp and I had this conversation in the green room a couple weeks ago. A lot of the times, our ego pops up and we get defensive because we've never been critiqued and we've never been taught how to take criticism. Even down to the point where in the 80s, when people were raised, it was a village. And toward the 90s, it got to don't say shit to my kid. Or this is the generation of adults of don't say shit to my kid. So we ain't never been checked for real, and we've never been corrected. So now here we are in adulthood, not understanding and not knowing how to process being checked and being corrected. It's felt like an attack. So when I tell y'all this is literally like some current work that I'm doing, my best advice is, number one, like I said, remind yourself that your partner is your partner and not trying to attack you. Put that defense down. That armor gonna come in good in some cases. You don't need it with your mate. Number two, if you're at a space where you can't verbally have a conversation, write down how you feel. Write out your feelings to your mate and give them that note. And tell them that you only want to respond in letter form. And you guys communicate that way until you guys can figure out a way to approach each other in a respectful, communicative way where you guys can both receive it. Because the way you communicate might not be the same way that your partner communicates, and vice versa. The way how passionate you may be might not be received well to your partner. So it's really a matter of y'all taking a step back and saying, cool, if this is really the person I'm rocking with, we got to figure out how to get on the same page. And how we get on the same page at the foundation starts with respect. Showing up, speaking to each other respectfully, and pouring into each other respectfully. Like Super said, you wouldn't want your man talking to you crazy. You wouldn't want your man handling you disrespectfully. So instead of you jumping right to what's easy, going back to what A said, it's easy to be upset. It's easy to be mad. It's easy to be like, fuck that bitch and go into that energy. You know what's hard? It's hard to be like, yo, that hurt my feelings. That's hard as fuck sometimes. And trust me, as somebody, like I said, that's doing the work currently, sometimes it's a matter of you swallowing your ego to tell that person, hey, that hurt my feelings. Because anger is a secondary emotion. Dig deeper.
Now,
that was very, very well said, Mel. Very well said. I'm telling y'all, like, you know, and to be fair, I didn't really quite get the first girl. I feel like she kind of just trying to do too much, trying to, you know, go viral and say something funny, whatever it may be. But these are the necessary spaces that we need to have for each other. And this is the reason why I love this channel so much. And this is the reason why I support them so much. Y'all see, I almost never. It's very rare. Let me say that. It's very rare that I, first of all, openly show support for another channel. number one. And for me to do it multiple times, I've shouted out tonight's conversation channel, or the app, I should say. I've shouted them out. I can't even begin to tell you, probably 8 or 10 times, probably more. Every chance I get, y'all make sure I'll go to, because they always have great conversation. The people on the panel, again, whether you agree or disagree or not, it's still just a great conversation. Whether you agree with what she said or not, you can't admit to the fact that that was very well said. Put it in what? Put it in writing, put it in letter form. Sometimes it gets to a situation where you can't even talk anymore because you're straight up mad and angry, cursing, whatever the case may be, crying and all those other things. All these emotions is filled. Okay, cool. Sit down, take a breather, and write everything out and give it to your damn partner and let them know you can only respond via with the damn letter. Very well said, Mel.
I want to say this because you said it and then Trip, I'm gonna let you get the last word, but you said it and then you said it. I sort of disagree. Sometimes we do want our partners to talk to us like that. Sometimes, no, hear me out. Sometimes, no.
Stupid ass fucking little bitch.
No. And hold on. And we do that to get a reaction from them. We do that to get a reaction
Oh, y'all
from
toxic. Y'all know I've been married for almost 5 years.
Hey,
I don't live in that world.
No, you may not live in that world, but we all been in relationships where somebody just keep egging us and egging us and egging us and egging us and egging us.
Yeah.
Because they know at some point we may return that back to them, and that's exactly what they've been looking for.
Yeah.
Whether it's you want them to show you they still care, because some of us register it that way, right? Some toxic shit. But
Toxic.
I just want to just make that known.
Yeah.
Some people be doing that shit to get a reaction out of their partner. You need to fix that shit. Thank you for your question. We got our Trip. You have one.
I disagree, but he is correct. Me personally, I don't move that way. Like she said, she's been married 5 years. Yeah, sir. I done been in a lot of damn relationships with whatever chick that I was with. I never wanted them to talk or treat me that way. And I never treated them that way. I've had women that treated me that way, and then I left accordingly. But for the most part, he's correct. I mean, I'm sorry. For the most part, no, sir, I don't agree. But yeah, in some small, very small cases, yes, he's correct.
Go ahead, Trip.
Yeah, real quick, bro. This to everybody, not just you, sweetheart, because I actually had like terrible anger issues in school. Like that's where most of my combative behavior showed up, blowing up on teachers and shit. You got to figure out who's fighting who. A lot of the times, it's not even adult you fighting the person in front of you. It's a version of you somewhere off in your childhood that felt betrayed. For whatever reason, whether you were betrayed by the adults that were supposed to protect you, whether you were betrayed by older siblings, you're protecting like Ace said, you're protecting your softness. It's not soft like womanhood, it's soft like kid. You feel me? It was an incident that happened between me and my mom at 7 years old, bro. My therapist had to take me back to that moment. I never realized that a teacher wrote me a detention over some shit that didn't happen. My mama beat my motherfucking ass and didn't ask me no questions. From there, I didn't trust my mom when it came to somebody like telling her somebody hurt me or somebody bothered me because I didn't think she would have my back. And so I started swinging on other people. I started lashing out at other people. Sometimes that showed up in romantic relationship because I was trained to believe. I trained myself. Nobody has your back like you do, bro. Go off on everybody. You got to protect yourself first. Like if you don't protect yourself, who is? Because the adult that I was supposed to trust didn't have me. So a lot of times, bro, it don't be us as adults out here mad at our partner and shit like that. You're turning into the adult that can protect the child that was supposed to be protected by somebody else. Right? This is you doing whatever you can to protect yourself because those parts of you are still tender. You know what I'm saying? And that even goes back to what Stefan was saying is like sometimes we do need to write that down, bro. Who hurt me? It's not too often we scapegoat our hurt to the romantic arena. Like life don't be fucking us up in other places. You know what I'm saying? Like you blaming your partner, you could have had a death in the family, and you blaming them for what's going on in your life, and you never bothered to assess what this did to you. You was bullied in high school, never really got your confidence up, and you blaming the person across from you for not supporting you and bringing you down. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about who hurting you, bro, you got to go through the history of your actual life. You don't spend most of your life in relationship, bro. You have trauma outside of that, and until you address that, it's just going to bleed into what you're doing.
Very well said, Trip. Very well said, Trip. I will say this, man. mental health is a real thing and is a serious thing, or a thing that should be taken serious in the Black community. In my honest opinion, in majority, I don't think a lot of us take it serious enough. I have sought out for mental health on many goddamn occasions when I was in high school, when I was in college. Hell, just recently, I want to say 2 years ago, when I was doing my master's program. I spoke to one of our I can't remember, I think she was a therapist at my university, just to have a frequent and weekly check-in, because it's free to the students. I said, screw it, I'm gonna take advantage. And it helped me learn more about myself. It helped me learn more about others and how I protect myself and how I want others to treat me, how I like to treat other people, etc., etc. And it's such a to be a beautiful awakening. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. I'm like half asleep, man. I'm gonna take a nap so that I get done with this. It's such a beautiful awakening, coming to that realization and seeing, hey, I am the problem. I do have anger issues. I do have trust issues. I do. And it's not until you sit down with a professional and they sit there and they make you and they force yourself to look, not to physically, but to mentally look in the mirror and say, yo, this is you. This is your problems. This is what's going on. How are you going to fix this? I really feel like, man, the mental health aspect in the Black community is not taken serious, man. And it sucks because it should. So many of us have so many traumas stemming from parents. Why? Because our parents have trauma stemming from their parents, and so on and so on and so on. Generational curses. Generational curses. I said it before, y'all. That generational curse ends with me. I made it to 30, never been arrested, ain't got no goddamn kids. None of that damn nonsense. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. Well, I don't smoke anymore. But I never smoked tobacco. I used to smoke weed a lot. But I never was a drinker. Now I just like socially drink every now and then, like when when I'm around a lot of people. But for the most part, I don't do any of those things. And don't have any kids, and I'm not planning on having kids until I feel like I'm ready. And that's what's most important. I don't want my kids growing up in struggle and all this, that, and the third. No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm good on all that. That's just me, man. Excellent video. Excellent video. I want you to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, sip for a cup.